All right, so let's do the intro. This is going to be the first podcast that is, we don't really have a podcast name, do we? Do we?
No, not yet.
So this is going to be the first podcast that's called Nothing. All right. And
It's the Seinfelds of podcasts.
right. The podcast about nothing. I love it. All right. So I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself first. So take it away, Miss Smith.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first?
Nope.
Okay.
You already put that out there.
The ball's in your court.
Yeah, balls. Okay, so I'm Bailey, wife to the man that was just speaking, but I won't say his name yet because that's his job to tell you. 33-year-old, mom of 4. Just started my first big girl job. Was a registered nurse. Back in November. I don't know. I enjoy coffee. Iced coffee is for leisure. Hot coffee is for business.
I got you. I got you.
I haven't ever found a potato I didn't like. You know.
Fair enough. She's not lying.
No. And if it's dessert, I'm always down.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Okay. Well, my name is Emmanuel, and I go by Manny or just Manny or whoever. And I'm a I don't know why I got nervous all of a sudden.
I can tell.
I'm a fire sprinkler engineer and I do music. And yeah, so yeah, that pretty much sums me up, man. I'm just a dad. And I love to cook. I love to cook as much as I eat. So so how this thing is going to shake out is we're basically going to do like a topic that we want to talk about. And then we are going to do a hot topic, which is something going on around the world. And there's a lot of it going on around the world. So the way we're going to break this down is we're going to do 2 topics. The first topic is going to be whatever we want to talk about, whatever we're going through in life. And the second topic is kind of like what's going on in the world type shit. Mm-hmm. Is this going to be a podcast where we can cuss?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
How could we not?
I don't want to fake it.
No.
Okay. And then after that, we're going to get out of here as the first time podcast. So, all right. With that being said, what's a good topic to start out with? I feel like every time you do like these podcasts, you got to do something that like shock factor or something like that, like to get people to watch. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that. We kind of have a lot going on in our lives.
We do. We've had a lot of change the last 6 months at least.
Absolutely.
But definitely in the last 6 months.
For sure.
I mean, we could just go ahead and if we wanted to, I guess, to throw it out there to pop everyone's cherry about it, like we're an interracial couple.
Facts. All right.
Yeah.
So I could talk about interracial.
Yeah. I mean, just to say something that is not necessarily known, I feel like to more people than we think. This is our normal.
Facts.
But our normal is, is very foreign to a lot of people.
Yeah. But I never realized that it's such a foreign deal or doesn't happen a lot until we go out in public. Mm-hmm. Like the other day we were at the Jurassic place and I don't think you noticed it, but there was an old man and you could tell him looking at our family and processing this. You ever been to, well, of course you've been to the zoo, but you ever been to the zoo and you could just see people walking by and they're looking at the animals and they're like,
yeah,
it's not a bad look. It's more like a curiosity, like you see something out in the wild for the first time,
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he was just looking at, us just up and down from me to you and to the kids. And I can see the gears turning in his mind, holy shit, that's an interracial couple.
Yeah.
So as far as being in an interracial couple, Is that something that like you knew you would do as a kid, or I mean, is it something like premeditated or?
That's a valid question, but 1,000% no. No, even as like an adult and we've been in this relationship, like at work, slowly getting to know my coworkers, they're telling me things about their family. I tell them things about my family. And then you get to the point where like you share pictures of kids, or like things you did with the kids over the weekend. And, I expect it because it happens basically every time where that, I'll show a picture of the kiddos or of you and I, and people never bad, but they're just like, oh, because they see like, the kids they don't look, they're not white. Let me just say it. I was going to try to go around all that, but.
No, say it. Fuck it.
Right.
It's a safe space.
Yeah. Or there's been, instances where people were like, I appreciate the honesty. They're like, I didn't know you were married to a black man, so, but I've had other people ask me, how kind of basically ask me the same thing. Like, is that your type or something like that? And that's a no as well. I just feel like, I don't know. It was just, I don't know. I think it was even before you and I had really even spoke, honestly. Like, I just saw the way that you interacted with other people and like the way that other people responded to like your presence. And like, I found that like attractive and like, yeah, like, just kind of, I guess like just I don't know, just your characteristics like kind of drew me, to like want to like get to know you more.
Yeah. And from the outside looking in, you can definitely see this on other people's eyes. Like you wouldn't, like, I guess you wouldn't expect to see two people like us together. No.
And it also doesn't help that, or it does help, I guess, that like size difference. I'm a petite woman.
Yeah.
You're a tall man.
For anybody listening, how tall are you?
I'm 5'2".
Okay.
With shoes on.
I think I'm about 6'2".
Yeah. So,
without shoes on.
So side by side, there's a lot of physical differences, like polar opposites right off the bat. So that draws an eye even when you don't try.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think what attracted me to you is, like, I think I always liked you because you just remind me of like that really pretty school girl in the hallway that's just like walking down the hallway and it's so like unassuming, but it's there and it's something that I liked. And I think I was playing stupid, and whenever you went like a different way and started dating somebody else, I think everything for every feeling I had for you just cranked up to 100.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, okay, like I know that's the person I want to be with because I know I don't want to see her with anybody else.
Yeah.
Like even though that feeling was all the way back in high school, I think that still carries to today.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, just outside of that, like I think it was just, like a high school thing, and like just sneaking out to see you and just everything about like that high school love, like I just loved everything about it. And then like once we got out of high school and we had a chance to like grow with each other, the love like kind of turned from like the little kid like crushy love to something a lot more real that, like I didn't know that would happen. It's just it just kind of happened with like growth, and like I feel like the love that I have for you definitely surpasses all understanding. So just like who you are as a person, you let me be me, and Jesus Christ, I could go on forever. I mean, your booty, you're smart. I can list all of it, But
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's one thing is the whole being in the interracial couple. I would say it's just getting the looks and trying to get used to all that. Anything else you have to say about interracial couples, or?
No, not really. I mean, off the top of my head.
Okay.
I'm sure there's more to dive into.
Yeah, yeah. There's more to dive into, and we'll definitely dive into all that later. So we're just going to make today quick. All right, let's go ahead and move to hot topics.
Okay.
So there's a couple things going on in this world that's pretty interesting right now to talk about. And the first thing that I want to talk about is Beyonce's controversial new album.
Controversial?
Controversial? Holy shit.
Yeah.
New album.
Yeah.
That's country. And, a lot of people are shitting on it. Like the radio is rejecting it, country stations. Most recently, the Oklahoma station that went viral for not accepting it.
Yeah.
And like, I just would like to start off by saying that it's dope. Like me being somebody that creates music, I think it takes a lot of courage to step out and do something different, in front of the masses, especially whenever you're in the I Like Beyonce. So, like whether people like it or not, I feel like it's dope that she did it. And I didn't hear the other song, but I actually like Texas Hold'em. Give me your thoughts.
No, I like Texas Hold'em right off top just because it's catchy.
This ain't Texas.
And anything that's specifically country music, anything that is new is harder to, to like get in that,
for sure,
that genre.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then on top of that, like radio stations like refusing to play it or, whatever their reason or decision is, let's be honest, they've listened to it on some platform in some fashion, in some manner. So really like Homegirls made her buck off of it, whether they liked it or not. So at the end of the day, like really like who's the winner?
Facts. I think at this moment it is like the number one charting country song.
Yeah.
I mean, so regardless whether people accepted it or not, it's there,
I did read something the other day though about that Beyonce said about her album. She was like, someone had interviewing her, asking her about her country music album, and she stopped him and she said, it's not a country music album. It's just a Beyonce album. And
okay.
I liked that. Yeah.
All right. So what's your thoughts of her album potentially having 2 songs with Dolly Parton on it?
Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's rumored to have 2 songs with Dolly Parton, and it's rumored to have Willie Nelson on there also. Actually, it's going to drop tonight.
Is it?
Yeah, it's going to drop tonight. She dropped the track list, 27 songs.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of music for us fans to digest. And I can honestly tell you that I haven't listened to a Beyonce album in a long time, probably since Cater to You. But...
Me and the kids listen to Renaissance all the time.
I mean, no, don't get me wrong. There's fire hits, Yeah. I just haven't digested Beyonce's music or, like Destiny's Child or since Destiny's Child, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, honestly, I haven't listened to it in a while, but I am going to be listening to this album. I am curious. I am going to, like I can't wait to just put in my Beats or my AirPods that I recently got back from Florida. And, check out that thing top to bottom. Because a lot of people don't consume music like that anymore, just front to back. But I definitely look forward to that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. And this one is controversial.
Okay.
All right, and this is about... the old diddler.
I knew you were going to say that. Did he or didn't he?
I'm sorry, man. The guy is done,
Yeah.
They keep rating his houses. I've heard that how they rated his houses was kind of like over the top, like they shouldn't have done it like that.
What do you... I didn't hear this. What is it?
Yeah, that they were saying, like they trashed his house. And I mean, what else is supposed to happen in a raid, right?
Yeah.
But they dragged his kids out and like zip tied their arms up.
Okay, I did read something about that.
And,
yeah.
And they were like, Donald Trump's place in Mar-a-Lago got raided, but everybody was tidy and they just walked out with boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I think the guy's just screwed, man. There's so much going on with this guy, and I think it's just all come crashing down. I mean, you can't dictate how the feds raid your house.
No.
But give me your thoughts on all the hoopla. Take it away.
Well, I haven't went down this rabbit hole too deep yet.
Okay.
Yet, but
me either. But just give me your surface take.
Well, I think here's my thought process, I guess, on the whole thing. So
because there is a lot to it.
Yeah. So a few months back, I feel like this all started a few months back when all these allegations were coming out about him. Was it with Cassie? Is that who the girl is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
About how he was, controlling, and I mean, just the list goes on and on, about like having people come over and like do, just doing inappropriate things, all that,
Right. Yeah, it was a bunch of shit.
And then I kind of did dive into that a little bit. But I'd even seen on TikTok, like a page was really kind of just dedicated to that topic in particular. And they had, award ceremonies and stuff, but they had like clips of doing interviews, and Diddy and Cassie would be together, but they would only be asking Cassie questions about her music or about her dress or about, how her evening had went already with Diddy. And you can, knowing what you know now and watching those clips and seeing the way that he watches
it's pretty scary.
her. Yes, that did not seem like a man that was out enjoying himself with his woman for the night. It seemed like a man that was almost waiting on a slip up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is really, really scary. I mean,
absolutely.
I don't know. Just the look on his face in those that I've seen kind of, I don't know.
Right.
Put it in concrete in my mind.
There's a lot of mystery surrounding that guy.
Yeah.
All the way back then. And I don't know if you have ever watched Making the Band, but ever since he made them niggas walk in New York to get that cheesecake, I always thought something was off.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I don't think he gets any better. I just think for us, we just kind of sit back, pop some popcorn and see how this shit unfold. And hopefully it had nothing to do with Biggie.
I know.
Because that would be crazy.
That would be crazy. I'll say, though, 2024 is starting off.
Holy shit.
In a sprint.
Woo. Starting off with a sprint, girl. You ain't lying.
But, I mean, the things that are coming out about people that have come out already, honestly, though, like within the past 2 years about celebrities, I'm here for it because I don't care how much money you make, what your status is, what you own, whatever. Like, you don't get to treat people any way that you want.
Yeah.
And just get away with it. No.
Yeah.
So I applaud the people that are putting in the work and like unveiling this stuff and doing those long nights of like digging and searching, and because they're getting what they deserve.
Okay, so the last topic is some more crazy stuff in 2024 that I have to admit I haven't been digging into myself, so I don't know like much about. But it's the whole Dan and the Nickelodeon deal.
Yeah.
There's some child stars that are coming out, like Drake, or I may have them flip flop, but one of them are coming out publicly saying something happened, and the other guy is just playing coy on the situation. And people are saying like that's speaking louder than like actual words. So like kind of give me your thoughts on the whole and like how does that change how you feel about those shows growing up, because we all watched those shows growing up.
Yeah. So we were talking about this at work the other night. Me and a couple of the girls were. And first off, I'm going to say I don't think I'm going to watch the series.
Me either.
Like, I watched some pretty questionable things.
Really?
Well, I mean, like the murder mystery or the serial killer documentary, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And honestly, me personally, the more in detail they are, like, I enjoy that, but I don't think I want to watch this just because I just feel like it's too. I don't know, because these people are now like around our age, ish, within like 10 years, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And like you said, like that's a big part of our childhood. And I just don't know. I don't think it'll sit well with me. Going back to the Drake and Josh thing.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that show that much. So I'll be honest with you. I can't differentiate who is who. You know what I'm saying? Currently. Okay. So, but I did read just this week that I think it's Josh. His wife came out that she was divorcing him or leaving him or whatever the case is, because kind of recently, I guess before all this came out, you know, of course, like people in Hollywood are going to be knowing that this is in the works for, you know, before it's made public.
Oh, yeah.
He took hush money.
Where?
Yeah, he accepted hush money about this whole thing. And so the wife said like that it made her look at him differently, which I can see. But then again, I feel like that's not her place to judge too harshly, because it didn't affect her the way that it wasn't her. It was him. So if that's what if he's at peace with it, or if he just does not have like the capacity to relive all of that, or whatever his reason is, I feel like it's a valid reason.
Well, I mean, to add to what you're saying, you know, he's still working in Hollywood, and the other guy isn't as popular. You know, he's had some run-ins with the law and stuff like that. And I think he was even like accused of like talking to an underage girl.
Okay.
And you know, like that's what created the distance between those two.
Okay.
And the other guy that took the hush money, he's the one, I think he's working on a game show or something like that. So like, I mean, obviously this is a Hollywood executive, you know, that did this to these kids. So I think, speculation. You know, like I think he could have took that money, you know, just to keep his status in Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, because just to try to keep his name clean.
Oh, yeah.
And once again, I mean, I'm not saying I condone it, but I'm just going to say that I could see why he would feel like that would be the best avenue to take at the moment.
Yeah.
You know,
switching it up. Amanda Bynes.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on her with, you know, just like people not understanding why she was crazy all those years ago, or, you know, like not understanding like what she was going through and just kind of laughing at her. And now everything's coming out about what they did, you know, like during the whole Nickelodeon deal, you know, like people are kind of sympathizing with her.
No, homegirl's traumatized.
Yeah.
How could you not be?
Yeah.
A 13-year-old at the time?
Yeah, you know, like there's some pretty, you know, serious things going on as far as speculations between like Dan and her, you know, and like there's creepy pictures too.
Yep.
I've seen on the social medias. So, I mean, the whole thing surrounding this creepy. I'll tell you this, I'm not going to watch it because like the whole child predator deal just kind of doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
But, it is a topic, and it was worth bringing up, so I definitely wanted to bring it up. But with that being said, this has been pretty natural feeling.
Yeah,
I feel like
I do too.
You know, I feel like we could do this weekly. Is there anything else you would like to add, like overall totality, or you know, like your thoughts on all this?
On all of what?
Like the overall podcast.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought you meant.
What's your feelings on it?
No, this felt easy, comfortable. Whenever we were talking about it like 2 weeks ago, though,
yeah,
I was kind of like, I don't know. I don't feel like I feel like I'm a funny person. I can make conversation easily, but I don't feel like I'm that interesting of a person.
You absolutely are an interesting person.
So that's the only reason why I was like, yeah, we can do it. And I was thinking like, girl, you better learn some things.
You haven't fully came out of your cocoon yet. And, you know, like, that's another part that I really love about you. I can't wait to see, like, who you're going to be in the future. So, you know, like, yeah. Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with the podcast about nothing. That's actually a pretty cool name.
It kind of is.
All right.
Does that make me a lane?
No.
No?
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening, and join us in the future.
Yeah. See you later.
Peace.